We're racing on turn number 4, 8 laps to distance, 5 qualify, 3 redraw. In the corner number 1 goes Wyatt Hera. The Dave & Buster's 47 rides off corner number 2. They're 3 wide behind them. Keep your eyes peeled on the number 9 of Hitzler. Hitzler takes it to the high side around corner number 3 with the Circle C of David McCrone. The 49 of Brian Carber shuffled back into 4th. Top 3 is where you want to be to make it into the redraw for tonight's big feature, but the top 5 is where you need to be in the qualifying position. If you don't make the top 5, you're going to go Consolation Racing. On corner number 4, they're side by side, top 2 rows. Richie Hitzler out front in car number 9, followed by Wyatt Hera. Brian Carber, he takes away the number 2 position, pushing Carber back to position number 3. Then it is David McCrone and Jonathan Jasko, your top 5 qualified cars. This time there's 4 down, 4 to go for the number 9 of Hitzler. Taking over the number 3 spot, Jonathan Jasko just raced himself up to a redraw position, pushing the 47 of Carber back, as well as the Circle C of David McCrone. Aaron Bose in car number 64 started in position number 10. He's racing his way for a qualifying position right now, and it's a 3-car battle. Out front, meanwhile, Hitzler has to contend. Problems for Aaron Bose. And car number 64 off the pace. It looks to be something broken in the left rear or a left rear flat tire on the 64 of Aaron Bose. Tough break. The driver started back in position number 10 in the American Racers sponsored 64. He was racing his way into a qualifying position for green flag in the air from third generation starter Nick Folk as we're underway. Carber out front, Hitzler right there second, Jasko third, McCrone fourth, and there's a battle brewing for that third spot. Pepe and McCrone thought about going underneath Jasko. They all straighten it out up the back straightaway. Brian Carber sets the sail. White flag is in the air. Here on lap number 7, it continues to be Carber, Hitzler, Jasko, your top 3. Then it's McCrone and Pepe as they ride it up the back straightaway for the final time. Into corner number 3 and 4 we go. Checkered flag in the air. Picking up the win, it's going to be Brian Carber. Second is going to go to Richie Hitzler. Third to Jonathan Jasko. Then it's the 27 of Josh Pepe. Fourth. Off the corner they go. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Qualifying heat number 2. First green flag. They ride it down. The corner number 1. Hunter Deal out front. Camden maybe right there alongside. Problems with Man Miller. He's down on the inside. And Man Miller going to come to a rest. That's going to bring out the caution. Hunter Deal alongside into corner 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Back underway. 1 lap in. 7 to go. Maybe on the outside. He's your leader. Deal right there in the number 2 spot. DJ Hunt up alongside. He's going to try to challenge for second as they go up the back straightaway, bringing with him the 48 of Luke Hera. And the 63 of Boyd. Again, top 5 qualify. Maybe sets the pace out front, showing the way. DJ Hunt overtakes the number 2 spot. Hunter Deal is third. Hang on in the middle of the pack. The 49 of Hera has a little assistance behind him from the Fisher machine. They get it straightened out. Out front, Camden maybe. He picked up the win last week. I believe he won his heat race last week as well. Looking to remain unbeaten here at the Penn Can Speedway so far. DJ Hunt right there in the number 2 spot. Eric Boyd up to position number 3. Hunter Deal riding there in 4th. And it is a 71 of Travis Fisher. As they click down. Out in corner number 2, Camden maybe shows the way. He has opened up to a 10-car length advantage over the 24 of DJ Hunt. And then the 63 of Eric Boyd. Into corner number 1 and 2, there's 5 in, 3 to go for the 56K of maybe. The 24 of Hunt going to have pressure from the 63 of Boyd. The 94 of Hunter Deal holding on to position number 3. And Fisher right now the 5th and final qualified automobile. 2 laps to go this time as they went by the start-finish line. In the corner number 3 and 4, it continues to be the 56K of Camden maybe. In between corner number 1 and 2, the Buffalo Wild Wings 56K of Camden maybe. Sets it down to corner number 3 and 4. Final time. Checkered flag in the air, picking up the win in qualifying heat race number 2 is Camden Maybe. Second to the 63 of Eric Boyd. Third will go to the 24 of DJ Hunt. Off turn number 4, green flag in hand. We're racing again, top 5 qualified. Down the front stretch, they are 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Out front, they're all chasing the 77 junior of Kyle England. He's your race leader, John Pepe. Hang on in the middle of the back, hang on. A couple of cars coming together. The 48K of Kevin McGinty. Off turn number 4, set to go, and we have a much cleaner start off the corner as the 77 rides it down the front straightaway. That's the 77 of Kyle England. And John Pepe alongside new race leader at the back straightaway, John Pepe. He'll take him down to turn number 3. Here comes England right back down to the bottom. Moving and shaking in car number 51, Chris Kithcart, working his way into a qualifying position, working underneath the 85 of Tyler Bartek. As they ride up the back straightaway, they are chasing the 17 of John Pepe, the 77 junior of Kyle England. Then it is the 11S of Travis Regante. Here comes Kithcart in car number 51. He's going to work underneath the 85 of Bartek. Set his sights on the back bumper of the 11S of Regante for a top 3 redraw position. Right now, 1 spot out of the money. The 163 of Bailey Boyd, the second generation chauffeur out of Binghamton. On turn number 4, John Pepe, race leader. England second. Regante third. Kithcart fourth. Bartek fifth. And sixth right now is Boyd. Trying to reel him in is the 120 of Will Eastman, a past track champion, struggling out there right now. Halfway sign from chief starter Nick Folk. Pepe sets the pace. Here comes the 51 of Kithcart. He'll take away the third and final redraw spot from Regante, pushing Regante back out of the redraw. Bartek holds down that 5th and final qualifying spot, and Bailey Boyd with an eyeball on all of them. This time 5 down, 3 to go over the Storm Chassis, 17 of John Pepe. He is showing the way problems in turn number 3 for the 26 of Grant Shabelia off the pace. Trying to sit up on the top side of the speedway. They're going to follow him up here. See what we have to do. Parallel sticks are in the sky. Shabelia going to try to limp it to the pit area. Pepe shows the way in car number 17. Kithcart, he's up to the number 2 spot. Third is the 77 of England. Fourth, Bartek, and fifth is Bartek. Regante fourth. They got a battle brewing for third. White flag is out. That's the all-important redraw spot. Right now, England has it. Regante takes it. Bartek's right there. Looking to race his way in is the 163 of Bailey Boyd. Into turn 3 and 4, final time. Checkered flags in the air. Picking up the win in qualifying heat number 3 will be the 17 of Bartek. The 51 of Kithcart, Regante, Bartek. And the 4C. Down the front straightaway we go. Racing is the 57 of Jeremy Williams out front. Groover up to the number 2 spot. Towner slipping back. Culbertson has the hammer down up to the top 3 redraw position as they ride it off of corner number 4, leading lap number 1. It's going to be the 57 of Jeremy Williams. Williams pushes up. Gruber right there in the number 2 spot. Culbertson rides in position number 3. Everybody's chasing the 1957 of Jeremy Williams, defending track champion in this division. Gruber right there second. He looked strong a week ago in his second year campaigning that car. Chuck Culbertson right there in position number 3. Problems for Towner. She gets a little bit sideways, gets it straightened out. Chuck Culbertson, the Thrill Billy, right there in the number 3 spot. 3 cars make the redraw. Brian Delaney up the 4th. Ned Fitch battling 5th. Here comes Towner down to the inside. She's going to try to take the position, but Ned Fitch holds down the number 5 spot. We got a battle shaping up between the veteran and the sophomore driver. The 57 of Jeremy Williams shows the way. Here comes Groover. right on his tire tracks in that 76. This guy has picked up a ton of speed over the off season and really coming into his own in his second season driving. In car number 76, just 2 car lengths back from your race leader, Jeremy Williams in the 57. Williams battling a little ill handling in between the corners. Has that car dialed in though. Just trying to get used to the car. Brand new car put together over the winter. This time, Nick Folks got 2 sticks in hand 2 more times around the speedway for the 57 of Williams. Towner, Gruber, Goldbertson, Delaney, Fitch, Towner, and Conklin. 1.5 more times around the speedway for the 57 of Jeremy Williams. He'll see the white flag at the start-finish line this time. 1 more time around the speedway. Gruber right there in the number 2 spot. The 57 of Jeremy Williams has now opened up to about a 9-car length advantage over the 76 of Gruber. The 8C of Culbertson, the 3D of Delaney, the 9X of Towner on turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air, picking up the win. Qualifying heat for the factory stocks is Jeremy Williams. Chris Gruber second. Third will be Chuck Culbertson. Fourth to the 3D of Brian Delaney. Try number 2. Green flag is out. Much better start that time as they ride it down to turn number 1. Branding on the bottom, Decker alongside. O'Hara in position number 3. Decker going to pull alongside down the backstretch. They're side by side in corner 3 and 4. Branding holding down the bottom. He'll lead lap number 1. Decker is second. O'Hara third. Leonard fourth. Gully fifth. And Van Pelt is sixth in his first start of the 2017 racing campaign. Nick Branding out front showing the way. Mike Decker, the Myron B. DeWitt sponsored 4M ride second. The O'Hara Excavating 44. Jim O'Hara sitting there in position number 3. Third and final redraw position. Moose Gully slides himself into position number 4. Out front, it is all Nick Branding showing the way. Decker rides second. O'Hara third. Van Pelt, car number 305, getting a handle on that machine. Sponsored by Crunch Fitness. Halfway, 4 down, 4 to go for your race leader, Nick Branding. Decker solidly in the number 2 spot. Third going to become a battle for the redraw position. O'Hara has it. Here comes Moose Gully. He is up about the middle of the speedway, trying to chase down the number 3 position. Final redraw spot. Keep your eyes peeled on that one. Meanwhile, out front, Nick Branding has opened up to a 9-car length advantage over the rest of the field as they're side by side for position number 3 off corner number 2. O'Hara has it. Gully wants it. Decker, who they're both chasing, in position number 2. O'Hara gets the position back from Gully, who took him momentarily in 3 and 4. Out front, it's Nick Branding. He's going to be coming up on the back of the 305 of Van Pelt. White flag being displayed to your race leader, Nick Branding. Second is the 4M of Decker. Third going to come down to the wire between O'Hara and Gully. Halfway point of the back straightaway. Nick Branding has the field in tow. Side by side still for position number 3. The win going to go to Nick Branding. Second going to go to Mike Decker. Third at the line by a half a car length, the 44 of Big Jim O'Hara. Green flag in hand. We're racing down the front straightaway. Shane and Mady. Mike Shane sets the pace. Mady in second. Third is Bunker. Fourth, Barton side by side. Fourth position. Number 5, Coons takes it away from McGurran. Leading lap number 1 will be the M16 of Mike Shane. Side by side for second. Mady has a half a car length over the 42 of Bunker. Barton, a late arrival to the speedway, riding in position number 4. They're all chasing the Hamlin Hurricane. Mike Shane, problems for the 27 of Coons. He goes around in turn number 4. He tries to get it refired to turn back around with yellow flag out on the speedway. Lap number 2 restart. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Mike Shane right back out front. Bunker second. Mady to the inside of Barton for position number 3. They're side by side. McGurran up to fifth as they ride it down into 3 and 4. They're all chasing the Hamlin Hurricane. Mike Shane, last week's feature winner, has opened up to a 3-car length advantage over the 42 of Bunker. Barton holds down to third and final redraw position. Mady fourth. Battle for fifth between McGurran and Coons. They're going to battle it out. Off quarter 4 this time. The cross flags are in the air. Halfway for the race leader, Mike Shane. Off of the south end of the speedway, they ride. Mike Shane, Marty Bunker, Dusty Barton. Your top 3 redraw. 1 spot out of the redraw, Mady, McGurran, and Coons. Down to turn number 1 they go. Continuing his dominating performance in the 602 Crank Sportsman division, the M16 of Mike Shane continuing to show the way as he crosses the start-finish line and sees the parallel sticks in the sky 2 more times around the speedway. He goes into the south end, followed by the 42 of Marty Bunker. Problems on the front straightaway for the 29 of Leo McGurran. He's going to come to a stop. Caution is out. 7 laps in. It's going to be a 1-lap shootout. White flag, green flag, and white flag essentially at the same time. It's a 1-lap dash for the M16 of Shane. Into the south end of the speedway he goes. Continuing to open up to about a 5-car length advantage. Final time we ride into quarter number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Picking up the win will be the M16 of Mike Shane. Marty Bunker in for 2. Dusty Barton third, fourth, Mady fifth is the 27 of Coons.
Head start of Gary Folk brings him off into turn number 3 and 4. Thomas Radvoy, Brett J. Cox coming through the start zone, and we're underway. Rolling off into 1, Radvoy takes another lead as Dustin Purdy gets a little jumpy. Going off into turn number 2 as we got a battle for the lead. Jaycox throws it in on the outside. Brett Jaycox looking high on his teammate, Thomas Radvoy. Having a good run right now, going into 1, but Radvoy's not giving up very easy. Looks like Radvoy's going to take the lead coming off at turn 2 as they single file out, going down the back straightaway a little bit. A little further back, we got Kyle Smith and Billy Van Inwigen battling for that 4th position as Dan Hennessy is rounding out the top 5 and Dustin Purdy 6. 2 laps in, 8-lap heat. Thomas Radvoy into turn 3, got a good lead right now. Jaycox second, Kyle Smith third, Billy Van Inwigen fourth as Radvoy settles in a little bit, going down the back straightaway. Right now the closest halfway down, 4 down, 4 to go as Radvoy begins to step it out a little bit. Closest battle right now is for the, so we got Dustin Purdy and Hennessy going down the back straightaway right now. Hennessy had to gather it up a little bit going down the back stretch. Purdy following them. 3 laps to go. Thomas Radvoy in the lead. Jaycox second. Kyle Smith third. The last redraw position goes to Billy Van Inwigen right now. Gary Folk gives the 2 to go signal. 2 laps to go in this first heat race. CRSA Sprint Tour presented by Super Gem Products. Jaycox second, Kyle Smith third, Billy Van Inwigen fourth. Right now it looks like it's all Thomas Radvoy. Once he gets the white flag, 1 more lap to go. The Orange County Fair Speedway winner looking to pick up his heat race right here. Penn Can tonight is the first heat race of CRSA Sprint Tour this evening. Going down the back straight 1 final time. Thomas Radvoy coming out of turn number 4 in the Country Store. His entry out of Middletown, New York, picks up feet number 1. Jaycox second, Kyle Smith third, Billy Van Inwigen fourth. Coming out of turn number 4, it looks like it's going to be Dan Hennessy taking 5th position. Dustin Purdy 6th, along with Jeff Tromley and Dalton Herrick behind him. Green is out, we're underway. Right off into turn number 1, Emily Van Inwigen gets a good jump on the rest of the field. Now we got a battle for the lead right in 2nd position right now. Jeff Tromley taking that position from Andy Dury. As the drivers look like they run a little bit up to a higher line now, trying to avoid a little bit of rough riding there early on in the first heat. Jeff Tromley in the second position. Dury fighting right now in the number 32 seat to hang on to that third position with Dalton Herrick in tow on the outside on his right rear. Here comes Dalton Herrick down the front straightaway. Nothing there though. Dury keeps the position for now. Herrick working on Dury a little bit as that battle calms down a little. Dalton Herrick in that 29 car has Jeff Quackenbush behind him a little bit, looking to take a little bit of his position away. Coming down the front straightaway, Emily Van Inwigen with the lead. This time by will be halfway. It looks like we got a little trouble down there in turn 2 for Emily Van Inwigen. She pulls off. She has problems as that gives at the halfway point. Jeff Tromley in the 3-8 to the lead. Dalton Herrick second, Andy Dury third, Jeff Quackenbush fourth, Rick Stone fifth. A very tough break for Emily Van Inwigen, who was leading the heat race. As we come down to 3 to go, Jeff Tromley out front by a good straightaway. He's got a really good lead right now. Dalton Herrick second, Dury third, Jeff Quackenbush fourth. That final transfer is going to go to Rick Stone if he stays there, but it looks like he is having trouble also, unless he's trying to run the bottom a little bit. Two laps to go for Jeff Tromley from head starter Gary Folk. As he's clear sailing right now, points it down the back straightaway, looking at a lap car. Rick Stone right now going into 3, and he looks like Tromley is trying that high side a little bit more and more each lap. Seems to be to his liking. He's getting into a really good groove right now. Herrick is in second. The white flag is out. One more time around for Jeff Tromley, Altamont, New York, modified champion at Fonda Speedway. Looks like he's going to take the heat. Number 2 here in the CRSA Sprint Tour. Tromley takes the win over Dalton Herrick second. Coming to the line, Andy Dury, the rookie, third. Jeff Quackenbush with the final redraw position in fourth. So we're getting ready and set to go for the final heat race here tonight. Come down into the start box, and we're underway. Heat race 3. Right away, Eddie Strada gets a little bit of a jump on the field. Christian Rumsey second. Sidney Prince falls back to third. As we come down the first lap in the books, looks like Eddie Strada is going to pull out to the early quick lead. He's looking to take care of business really fast as he works that bottom side. A little bit different from what you seen there last heat race. Tromley was running high. It looks like Strada is liking it low early, but he's starting to creep up a little bit to the higher side. Eddie Strada first, Christian Rumsey second. We got a spinner up in turn 3 and 4. Looks like the 23, Tyler Cartier. Got sideways, couldn't recover going in turn 3 and 4. Brings out the yellow pretty quick. Head starter Gary Folk points down at that restart box. Strada gets control of that restart, and we are back underway. Going off into turn 1. Rumsey looks a little low, but Eddie Strada has it wound up really good though down the back straightaway. Pulling out to an earlier lead in this final heat race. It's Tyler Cartier out back. He spun it, but he's back into the last redraw position. Estrada, meanwhile, up front, leads the way by a half a straightaway over Christian Rumsey. Sidney Prince third. The field is pretty evened out now as Cartier is in pursuit of Sidney Prince right now. As we get the halfway to go signal from Gary Folk. 4 down, 4 to go. Eddie Strada down the back straightaway. Throws it into turn 3 and 4. He's got a really good line. Arcs it down the bottom, back to the top, down the front straightaway. He's got a really, as he moves up really high now. Christian Rumsey second. Sidney Prince third. Cartier with the last redraw spot. And Jerry Sen Jr. in 5th. Coming out of 4. Eddie Strada. 2 to go from Gary Folk as he's sailing off into turn number 1. Christian Rumsey can't do anything about it right now in 2nd. Sidney Prince settled into 3rd. Tyler Cartier 4th and Jerry Sen 5th. White flag out. 1 more to go for Eddie Strada as it looks like he's going to be clean and green for the rest of this final heat race this evening. Down the back straightaway, one final time for Eddie Strada. Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania in the Norwegian Builder and Excavator entry. Eddie Strada going to pick up the checkered flag here in the final heat race of the evening for the CRSA Sprint Tour. Second's going to be Christian Rumsey. Third's going to go to Sidney Prince. It looks like fourth's going to go to Tyler Cartier in the final qualifying spot.
Nathan Brinker, Brian Blackenbiller, front row, up turn number 4. Next green flag's waving, we're racing down the front straightaway. Clean and green down across the stripe. Out front it is a Sunoco. Nathan Brinker ride. Bailey Boyd right there in that number 2 position. He's going to make a move. Tucking in line into the inside. Along with him is a 7. The 211 of Brian Blackenbiller. Dusty Decker. Will Eastman. Luke Wyatt Hera. Remember, 9 cars will qualify right now. That battle on a racetrack is for 9th, and Cody Manmiller holds down the 9th position. They're all chasing Binghamton's Bailey Boyd, track regular out front, showing the way. Over the 211 of Brian Blackenbiller. Now pushing back the Sunoco ride of Nathan Brinker to 3rd. They're battling for 4th and 5th. The 120 of Will Eastman to the inside of Dusty Decker. That is for position number 4. He'll take it away. Then the 20K of Van Valkenburg, who started back in position number 9, right now racing his way into the 6th position. Then 7th, the 47 of Hera. 8th, Josco. 9th is Manmiller. Those are your top 9 transferred cars at the moment. They ride it down into the south end. Bailey Boyd in control of this Consolation. They ride up the back straightaway. Bailey Boyd just now testing the waters with that machine. Seeing what he can do as he rides it off quarter number 4 this time and sees 5 down. 5 to go for Bailey Boyd, Blackenbiller, Brinker, Eastman, Decker. Right now holding on to the 9th and final transfer spot, Wyatt Hera, as he holds down position number 9. Out front it is all Bailey Boyd, young driver out of Binghamton, New York. Shows the way. Over to Blackenbiller. Machine is continuing to open it up. Battle shaping up for the 9th position as the 47 of Wyatt Hera has contention now from the 26 of Grant Shabilia. Shabilia will take the 9th and final transfer spot. Haro 1 spot out right now. Out front almost by a straightaway. The 163 of Bailey Boyd. Parallel sticks are in the sky 2 more times around the speedway for Bailey Boyd. Blackenbiller holds down the number 2 spot. 3rd is Brinker. 4th, Eastman. Manmiller 5th. Dusty Decker hanging on to it in 6th. Up into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag gonna be waving 1 more time around the speedway for the 163 of Bailey Boyd. Has this one in control. Backstretch we ride for the final time. Bailey Boyd looking to go into the big dance as he rides up turn number 4. The checkered flag is in the air. Bailey Boyd in the 163 will take home the win. Brian Blackenbiller is 2nd. Will Eastman sneaks by for 3rd. 4th is Nathan Brinker. 5th will be Cody Manmiller. 6th, Dusty Decker. 7th, Josco. 8th, Van Valkenburg. And 9th and final transfer spot goes to the 26th of Grant Shabilia. We're racing down into turn number 1. Paul Rooney sets the pace. Morton right there in the number 2 spot. Colston going to work down to the bottom, taking away the number 2 spot. Remember, 3 cars will transfer into the redraw. 72 Nick Petrelak in turn number 2. Caution is out. Oh, hang on. With Paul Rooney and Dan Morton on the front row off turn number 4. Free flag in hand. We're racing off the corner. We are going down the front straightaway. Paul Rooney sets the pace. Here comes Colston, the inside of Morton for position number 2. He'll take away the position, but Morton battled right back on the outside. Darwin Green 3rd. Here comes Hartnett in position number 4. Out front, the 54 of Paul Rooney continuing to show the way. Leading lap number 1 will be the 54 Rooney, followed by Joey Colston, Dan Morton, Darwin Green, Dan Vaughner on the outside. A little bobble by Colston. Stacks him up a little bit. We get him going up the back stretch. That opens up the 54 of Rooney out front, showing the way. The modified rookie, Paul Rooney, shows the way over Joey Colston. Dan Vaughner, Darwin Green, Kevin Hartnett, Dan Morton. They ride it down to the turn number 1. Up the back stretch this time. When they cross the start-finish line, 3 laps now complete on the Pepsi scoreboard. For the 54 of Rooney, little smoke showing on the Paul Rooney machine. Dan Vaughner going up on around the top side. Dan Morton pulling in the infield, as is Bobby Trapper. It's all Dan Vaughter, driver out of Forest City, Pennsylvania. The NEP ride, followed by the 54 of Rooney, the 151 of Colston. Hartnett, the stalker, stalking him down on the inside of the back straightaway. Riding into turn number 3, that's for the third and final redraw position. Hartnett to the inside of Colston. Out front as they're chasing Dan Vaughter. Hartnett takes over the number 3 position. Off turn number 2, Dan Vaughter making his return to the Speedway quite a few years. Out front right now, Vaughter started back in position number 7. Sees the parallel sticks 2 more times around the Speedway. Kevin Hartnett battling for that number 2 position now with the 54 of Paul Rooney. Rooney out holding on the outside line. Yellow out on the Speedway. Debris on the racetrack. Green flag in the air. We're racing off turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Dan Vaughter. Rooney, Hartnett, Colston, Green, your top 5. Back straightaway we ride for the 85 of Dan Vaughter. Show of the way. Hartnett working over the number 2 position. Rooney battling back. Trying to hold it off. Here comes JC. Joey Colston up to the number 3 spot. Rooney back on the outside, motoring back the modified rookie. Into 3 and 4 final time. Checkered flag in the air. Picking up the win, it's going to be the 85 of Dan Vaughter. Hartnett second. Third will be Rooney by a bumper over Colston. 4th row inside the 77 of Nick Mady alongside the 31 of Dan Solomon. Green flag is out. We're racing down the front straightaway. Weaver, Trapper into turn number 1. Matt Solomon in the 31 tonight. On turn 4, problems in turn 3 and 4. Pompey got a little bobble up behind Colston. They straighten it all out. They keep it going. Out front, what a battle between 2 seasoned veterans, Bob Trapper and Brian Weaver in the 3 and 4. Don't look now, but here comes Joey Grammis. On the corner, it's Weaver, Trapper, Grammis. Count the wins between the 3 of them. Weaver on the outside trying to get that ride figured out. Trapper down to the bottom. Yellow on the Speedway for Matt Solomon around in turn number 4 and car number 31. Off the corner, green flag is out. 3 wide behind him, Colston, Trapper, Grammis from 4th up to 2nd. Hang on. How Solomon missed him. All-important redraw position on the quarter number 4. They are on it. Colston right there looking at the pair of 5s in front of him, as is Pompey. Weaver slides up. Here comes Joey Grammis taking a look on the bottom. Colston right there in 3rd, but here comes Dan Pompey. He's looking to battle into a redraw position. Pompey looked strong a week ago, and he's right there with the Grammis cars. Colston back to 4th. Mady rounding out your top 5. Dan Pompey up the 2nd around Brian Weaver. Halfway, 4 down, 4 to go. Does he have anything to catch a 5J of Joey Grammis? Weaver slips back to position number 4. He's battling with Colston now for the 3rd and final redraw position. Matt Solomon aboard the 31 rides pit side. Joey Grammis out front, the Big Creek Concrete Slug and Slam Construction 5J. The Wilder Diamond Tools 11P of Pompey is 2nd. Parallel popsicle sticks are in the sky 2 more times around the Speedway for Joey Grammis. Pompey, Colston, Weaver, Mady, Fox, Trapper. White silk in the sky, 1 more 3/8 of a mile for Joey Grammis. Has that machine dialed in. Pompey looking to be settling for 2nd right now. Solidly in the redraw is Mike Colston. 1 spot out is Weaver. Off turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Picking up the win in qualifying heat number 2 for the modifieds, Joey Grammis. Pompey and Colston will go to the redraw. Weaver, Mady, Fox. The 107 of Tim Vandermark sets the pace. Robinson, Kennedy, Robinson, they're 4 wide. Top 3 redraw, parallel sticks are in the sky. Vandermark sets it into turn number 1. Dylan Robinson, they're going to go 4 wide off turn number 2. And Sheldon Whitman right there in the mix, up the back straightaway. It is Michael Robinson setting the pace, making Nick Kennedy. Dylan Robinson down on the bottom. They're going to be 3 wide coming to the stripe this time. Race leader too close to call. I think it might have been Dylan Robinson for the white flag as they ride it in between corner number 1 and 2. Nick Kennedy sets the pace. The Kennedy Niner rides out 1, 2, 3 right now. Dylan Robinson, a past track champion, holds it down to the turn number 3. Frank Kennedy alongside. Checkered flag in the air, picking up the win. It's going to be the K2 of Frank Kennedy. Dylan Robinson second. Michael Robinson third. Tim Vandermark fourth, and fifth, the 4MK of Sheldon Whitman. Off the corner, green flag is out. A lot of smoke on Ronnie Welch's car at the drop of the green. The 5 of Wild, they're going to capitalize into turn number 1. Amatuccio right there second. Ronnie Welch off the pace now. Race leader is Wilder, then it's Amatuccio, Nick Kennedy, Wilmot, and Ronnie Welch coming to a stop over in turn number 2. Yellow light's going to come on the speedway, but leading lap 1, it's the Doughboy, Josh Wilder. Amatuccio second, third, Kennedy, fourth is Wilmot. Green flag is out. Look at Nick Kennedy right out to the front right there on the drop of the green. Wilder up top. Amatuccio down on the bottom. Wilmot right there in the AK-47. Nick Kennedy out front. Opens up to a 2-car length advantage over Amatuccio. They ride it down to 3 and 4. Nick Kennedy, Captain Quick, shows the way on lap number 2. Amatuccio is second. Wilder third. Wilmot holds down the 4th position. Nick Kennedy opens up a big lead up the back straightaway. This time he'll see 3 down, 3 to kill for your race leader, Captain Quick Nick Kennedy. Amatuccio right there in the number 2 spot. Wilder is third. Fourth is the AK-47 of Mike Wilmot. He's a second-generation chauffeur. Nick Kennedy, a third-generation driver. Out front, showing the way. Parallel sticks are in the sky for Nick Kennedy. Wilder, Wilmot, problems for the Amatuccio 343. He's off the pace. White flag showing for your race leader, Captain Quick Nick Kennedy. Driver out of Cass Valley, New York. Wilmot gets by Wilder for position number 2. Wilder a little bit off the pace perhaps in car number 5. Checkered flag is in the air, picking up the win in the qualifying heat number 2 for the 4 cylinders. It's going to be Captain Quick Nick Kennedy. Coming across the line in position number 2, it's going to be the AK-47 of Mike Wilmot Jr. And Josh Wilder rounds out your top 3. The North versus South Excel 600cc Modifieds field turned over to Richie Hitzler, Jonathan Josko into turn number 3 and 4. Young Folk throws the green and we're racing down the front straightaway. Into corner number 1 they go. It is all Jonathan Josko out front, the 08 ride. Hitzler is second, Regate third, then they're side by side, 3 rows deep behind them. In between corner 3 and 4, leading lap number 1 is Jonathan Josko. 3 wide behind him. Down the front straightaway they ride. Lap number 1 in the books. Jonathan Josko continuing to show the way up the back straightaway. Regate right there in the number 2 spot. Third is the 9 of Hitzler. Fourth is the 49 of Carver. And right now 5th is the 63 of Eric Boyd. They ride it down into the south end of the speedway. Everybody chasing the 08 of Jonathan Josko. Problems for the Dusty Decker 20 Jr. ready to pull it off into the pit area. He's going to clear the racetrack in turn number 1. Out front, Jonathan Josko shows the way in the 08 ride. Regate starting to reel him in up the back straightaway. They have pulled away from the rest of the field. Richie Hitzler right there in position number 3. Jonathan Josko continuing to show the way down in the turn number 1 and 2. Followed by Regante, Hitzler, Howell, and Boyd, your top 5. Here comes John Pepe in the number 17 ride. Pepe slipped back into position number 8 and 9. Right now he's holding it down there. Got cars strung out almost all the way around the racing surface. They're all chasing the 08 of Jonathan Josko. This time there will be 6 laps up on lights in the Pepsi scoreboard for your race leader, Jonathan Josko. Regante, Hitzler, Howell, Boyd, Pepe, maybe, Bartek. Up the back straightaway, problems in turn number 2. They somehow straighten it all out. That happened about middle of the pack. They get it clean and we stay green as they ride it down to the south end. Lap traffic might become an issue for your race leader, Jonathan Josko. Looking to come up on the back bumper of Grant Shabilia's number 26. Shabilia got the last starting spot out of the Consolation. It continues to be Jonathan Josko over Regante, Hitzler, Carber. Your top 4 running cars. 5th is Boyd. 6th is Pepe. Pepe is also 7th, maybe 8th. Bartek 9th. They ride down the front straightaway. Jonathan Josko has cleared the lap car, but ahead of him, about a half a straightaway ahead of him, a full line of cars. We have got 600cc modified stretch out, problems in turn 4, right in front of your leader. Man Miller around. Caution lights are on over in turn number 3 and 4. We are under caution on lap number 9. Cody Manmiller, car number 00, around over in turn number 3 and 4. Josko gonna look to fire between 3 and 4. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Lap number 9 restart for Jonathan Josko. Regante and Hitzler and Carver, they clear the 26 of Shabilia. Here comes Boyd and Pepe. 3 wide with the lap car slipping up on the outside. Into 3 and 4. Look at the battle for the lead. Josko on the outside. Travis Regante. Regante battling it out. Rich Hitzler right there looking for racing room, as is Carver. They make contact in the front. They keep it clean. We stay green up the back straightaway. Carver steals the 3rd position from Hitzler. Josh Pepe looking to the outside of Boyd. Nothing to it that time. Boyd going to hold down the 5th position. In between quarter number 1 and 2, we ride. Jonathan Josko continues to show the way up the back straightaway over the 11S of Regante. Carver is 3rd, Hitzler 4th, 5th Boyd. 6th, Aaron Bose. He started absolutely last on the field. 25th with a provisional. Aaron Bose racing his way up to contend for the top 5 right now. 12 laps up in lights will make it 13 when they rush the stripes this time. The 08 of Tim Van Horn Jr. goes around on the back straightaway. The yellow lights are going to have to come on. Tim Van Horn Jr. gets to go, and problems on the front stretch, though, for the 63. Yellow on the speedway for the 63. Hard contact in the back of the 63. On turn number 4, green flag in hand. Josko on the accelerator. We're back racing lap 14 restart. Here comes Regante. Hitzler. Bose. Hang on, Regante. He holds on to it in turn 1 and gets a great run up turn 2. Travis Regante up, holding down the number 2 spot. Bicycled it into the corner. Aaron Bose looking for racing room, as is the Circle C. He started back in 13th. They're all chasing the 08 of Jonathan Josko. Hang on. Problems for Aaron Bose. His great run going to come to an end on lap number 15. Make it lap number 16. Aaron Bose, his night of struggles continue. Aaron Bose parks over in turn 2, had problems in his heat race. Took a provisional, had raced his way up to 4th, and his night will end being pushed off the racing surface. Jonathan Josko ready to fire between 3 and 4. 16 in, 4 to go. Green flag is out. We're racing down the front straightaway. Josko, Regante. And on the mover in charge of this one, McCone. Look at Regante get a good run between quarter 1 and 2. Well, this is where Jonathan Josko pulls away in that 08 ride. He'll set it down to 3 and 4. On the bottom of the speedway comes Travis Regante. McCrone right there in the Circle C ride. It's all Jonathan Josko showing the way, with Regante hot on his heels off turn number 4. Battle shaping up for third. Hitzler wants it. McCrone has it. They're all still chasing the 08 of Jonathan Josko. Time may run out. Just one lap to go for the 08 of Jonathan Josko. From his outside pole position and never looked back, was challenged throughout by the 11S of Regante. But off turn 4, picking up the north versus south. Excel 600cc Tory Venice, Jonathan Josko, Regante, McCrone, Hitzler, and Bartek round out your top 5. Hollywood Dave Nixon points the factory stocks over to turn number 4. You see the orange cone on top of the tire, and Young. Nick Folk with the green flag ready to go unleashes the beasts of fury down the front straightaway. Chuck Culbertson and the 57 of Jeremy Williams all the way down to the turn number 1. Culbertson out front, Williams second, Groover third, hang on Delaney and Towner. Yellow on the speedway. No laps are complete. And we're going to go green this time. Tough break for the Delaney 3D, but he was able to save it. Save the motor, shut the car down. We're racing into turn number 1 with a thrill. Billy Chuck Culbertson showing the way. Williams on the bottom, net fits up to third. He loses that position to Groover. Groover going to try to chase down your top 2. In at corner number 3 and 4, the north end of the speedway. It's the 8C of Chuck Culbertson. There's a driver looking for his first ever Penn Can Speedway victory. Track champion up at the 5 Mile Point Speedway a couple of seasons ago for the 8C of Chuck Culbertson. Problems with the 4C of Paul Conklin. He keeps it going. The rookie getting a feel for that hot rod is out front driving the 8C. Chuck Culbertson sets the pace, sets sail on lap number 2. Of corner number 4, Chuck Culbertson continuing to show the way. Last week, Nate Shay's Motorsports driver Jeremy Williams had a great car all night long. Still looking good out there right now in position number 2. Groover is in the 3rd position. Again, the sophomore driver looks impressive out there tonight. 4 laps up and lights on the Pepsi scoreboard. Almost a quarter of the way through the factory stock main event. The Thrill Billy Chuck Culbertson in control of this one. Williams right there in the number 2 spot, hot to trot right now with a 57 Chevy. But Groover right there in the mix. He's making it a 3-car battle out front. Fitch is 4th, Towner 5th, and then it is the 4C of Conklin. Chuck Culbertson, the Thrill Billy, shows the way. Problem in turn number 3, the 16.
Caution over in.
Green flag in the air. Culbertson on the accelerator. As is Williams. Williams going to try to pull up alongside into turn number 1. Culbertson sets it down in the 3 and 4, followed by Williams, Gruber, Conklin, and Fitch. It's the top 3 cars. You can throw a blanket over them. Culbertson, Williams, Gruber. Good battle up front. Here comes Williams to the inside of Culbertson. They set it down in the turn number 3 and 4. Gruber looking for some racing room, following the tire tracks of Jeremy Williams. Continues to ride. Culbertson out front looking for that elusive first Penn Can victory. Driver makes a long tow down from the Walton, New York area. Over the 57 of Jeremy Williams, driver out of Montrose. Chris Gruber right there in the number 3 spot. 4th is Fitch. 5th with a good showing right now, the 4th C of Conklin. Up the back straightaway. Chuck Culbertson going to see the cross flags from chief starter. Assistant starter, Nick Folk on the flagger stand, showing him halfway. 10 down, 10 to go. Culbertson, Williams, Gruber, Fitch, and Conklin. Continues to ride the Culbertson 8C machine. He's rim riding the cushion. Williams looking for racing room all over the racetrack. Gruber right there in that number 3 spot. They ride it down to the south end. Culbertson to Thrill Billy. Hang on, Paul Conklin keeps it going straight. Battle into turn 3. Here comes Williams one more time. Couldn't quite make it stick. Gruber going to go to the bottom. Chuck Culbertson in the 8C works it down in the corner number 1 and 2. Williams second. 3rd is Gruber. Problem for Ned Fitch in turn number 4. Chuck Culbertson, can he hold off for 3 more laps? A factory stock feature. Looking for his first career Penn Can Speedway victory. The Thrill Billy, Chuck Culbertson on the accelerator. Williams looking to be the spoiler. And parked in 8 Shea Motorsports 57 in victory lane for the first time. Down in the turn 1 and 2. Culbertson, can he hold off? Williams has been strong on the inside of the speedway going into the corners, but he couldn't make it stick. Culbertson running that rim riding cushion around the speedway. Parallel sticks in the sky 2 more times around the speedway. Chuck Culbertson 1.5 laps away from victory here at the Penn Can Speedway for his first time, but he's going to go into turn 4. Has about a half a car length advantage, making a car length now. 2 car length advantage into turn 3 for the final time. The Thrill Billy, Chuck Culbertson, makes a long trip down from Walton, New York. Rides it down to turn number 3 and 4. Final time, checkered flag in hand. Off turn number 4 for the first time in his driving career, he'll go to Penn Can Speedway victory lane. Chuck Culbertson, Jeremy Williams, Chris Gruber, Paul Conklin. Young Folky with the green flag in hand. We're racing off turn number 4. Across start finish line, we make it clean and green. Problems for Ray Leonard on the drop of the green. He does get it going, keeping it going. Nick Branning out front, that number 12 B ride. He rides off turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. A couple of veterans behind him, and Mike Shane and Marty Bunker. Shane right there on his heels as they ride up the back straightaway. Ray Leonard going to go pit side to 3R. Side by side for the lead. It's the 12 of Branning. The M16 of Shane. They ride up the back straightaway, followed by Bunker. Gully and O'Hara. Side by side off turn number 4 for the race lead. Here comes the Hamlin Hurricane, Mike Shane. Nick Branning not done yet on the top side. Mike Shane takes away the race lead on lap number 3. Branning right there in that number 2 spot. Bunker is 3rd. 4th is Gully. 5th, O'Hara. 6th, Decker. Mady 7th. Coons 8th. McGurran 9th. Barton 10th. It continues to be the M16 of Mike Shane showing the way. The Hamlin Hurricane looking to go 2 in a row tonight. He's got a long way to hold off as Nick Branning reels him in. Shane just kind of trying to set the car on cruise control right now. Branning holding down the number 2 spot. Bunker is 3rd. 5 in, 25 laps the distance in this Sportsman main event. Lap traffic might become an equalizer for Nick Branning as they ride it off the south end. Shane continuing to hold down the fort at the point right now into turn number 3. He's going to get out of the binders with the lap car in front of him. Here comes Branning. Branning and Shane both going to go to the inside of the 305 of Van Pelt. Alex Van Pelt doing a good job in his first start of the season. Bunker trying to go underneath the Moose Gully, going to go around the outside. They split them. They stay battling for position number 3 on the racetrack right now. Give it to Gully, but here comes Bunker back. Alex Van Pelt to the infield. It continues to be the M16 of the Hamlin Hurricane, Mike Shane, over the 12B of Nick Branning. The 17 of Gully now up to 3rd. 4th is Bunker. 5th is O'Hara. Yep, the back straightaway we go. Race leader continues to be the Hamlin Hurricane, Mike Shane. At Sharkey's Fuels Marquette Garage, M16. Branning 2nd, Gully 3rd, Bunker 4th, O'Hara, Decker, Mady, McGurran, Barton, Coons. 11 laps complete for the M16 of Mike Shane. O'Hara testing the waters, high, wide, and handsome in turn 4. They're racing side by side behind them, the 2 of Mady, the 4 of Decker. Nick Branning is reeling in your race leader, but look who's reeling them both in, the 17 of Moose Gully. The 2nd-year Sportsman campaigner. Up in that number 3 position. He's going to be challenging for 2nd here in just a matter of a lap. Halfway, 13 down, 12 to go for the M16 of Mike Shane, the Hamlin Hurricane. Trying to run away and hide with this one. But Branning, Gully, and Bunker right there in the mix. Again, Gully gets a good run on the inside of the 12 of Branning. It's a little hot and heavy in between the corner. He'll have to tuck it in line. He's going to all over the back bumper of the Branning 12B. As they ride it down in the 3 and 4, it continues to be the M16 of Mike Shane. Branning, Gully, Bunker, your top 4. Now out front, showing the way, the M16 of Mike Shane. Branning right there on his heels between corner number 3 and 4. Moose Gully trying to reel them both in, as is Bunker. A 4-car breakaway out front, then it's O'Hara. Decker, Mady, McGurran, and Barton. We got a battle, and I mean an absolute battle shaping up over the next 8 laps. Gully into the back of Branning. Here comes Marty Bunker. He'll try to battle into the 3rd position. He'll muscle his way along. He's not done yet. He's going to take 2nd. The KG veteran just did a veteran move from 4th to 2nd. Can he have anything to chase down the M16 of Mike Shane? Moose Gully continuing the battle with the 12 of Branning. He has a power move in turn 4. Bunker down on the bottom. We got a battle brewing with 19 in, 6 to go. Mike Shane shows the way. Bunker right there hot on his heels. Moose Gully right there. Bunker into the back of Mike Shane. Shane somehow able to straighten it up. Wow, that's all I can say. Wow. In turn number 4. Mike Shane continuing to show the way somehow, some way, looking for his second straight win. Bunker right there. He's going to have to try to reel him in. He's got 4 laps to do it. Gully right there looking for another mistake. It's the M16 of Mike Shane. The Hamlin Hurricane showing the way. Bunker had a great burst of speed, but may have ran out of time. 22 down, 3 to go for the M16 of Shane. Looking for 2 in a row for Mike Shane, defending track champion. Holding him off right now with the parallel sticks for the sky. 2 more times around the speedway for the M16 of Mike Shane. Marty Bunker rides there in the number 2 spot. 3rd is Gully. 4th is Branning. 5th is O'Hara. White silk in the sky. 1 more time around the speedway for the M16 of Mike Shane. Looking to back up his performance from a week ago. Mike Shane leads him up the backstretch and into turn 3 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air, 2 in a row for Mike Shane. Marty Bunker 2nd, Moose Gully 3rd, Nick Branning 4th, and 5th will go to the 44 of Jim O'Hara.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for all of open wheel racing's one of the coolest moments in all motorsports, if you ask me personally. This is the 4-wide salute.
Okay, let's get it side by side. 17, move it right up, please. 17.
So, starting in turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, stand.
Side by side, guys.
Let these drivers know how much you appreciate them coming out here tonight, giving you a show. They appreciate you just as much by giving you this beautiful 4-wide salute. 19 cars strong. The CRSA Super Gen Products Series with champion power equipment.
Nice job. Clean them out to the back stretch. Assemble it. We're coming around for white. Settle them. We're coming around for white.
As they settle up back into formation, 2 by 2. Thomas Radevoy, Sidney Prince, Jeff Traumley, Tyler Cartier, Brett J. Cox, and Dalton Herrick, Andy Dury, Jeff Quackenbush. Next time by, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the 25-lap main event. Head starter Gary Folk has the green flag in hand, getting ready for Thomas Radevoy and Sidney Prince as they file in behind them. Going down into turn 3 and 4. On the hammer, getting ready, set to go. We're underway. Radevoy takes an early advantage, and right behind him looks like Jeff Traumley taking an advantage of Sidney Prince as he goes off into turn 3 in pursuit of Radevoy right now. Down for lap 1. Got one lap in the books. Radevoy with a lead, but out back we have 2 by 2 from 4th position on back. Fighting for a little further back there. Kyle Smith in the 17, Jeff Quackenbush up ahead of him. As Radevoy takes command of this early lead, and Jeff Traumley in 2nd. We got a yellow flag. We have... What's that?
Yellow. Single file.
Looks like we have the 112 car. Mike Van Pelt. 2 laps in, 25-lap feature. Kristen Rumsey. Thomas Radevoy. Jeff Traumley. Sidney Prince. Brett J. Cox. Radevoy brings it high and wide, coming off of turn number 4 to the restart box. We're back underway. Good restart for Radevoy as Sidney Prince goes down to the bottom, the same area Brett J. Cox was looking for in the 4th position. As we got a 3-wide battle up there, looks like for about 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Kyle Smith making a big move going down into turn 3 and 4. And now he's working on Dalton Herrick for the 4th position. Give Kyle Smith 4th position from the 9th restart position. He is on the move early. Meanwhile, up front, Thomas Radevoy has well in command. Jeff Trombley 2nd. Sidney Prince hanging on to 3rd, staying clean. Back a little further, though, we have some double file battles. 3 wide as Eddie Strada goes between Christian Rumsey and Tyler Cartier. He's making a move to the front. Back up front, Radevoy with a good half straightaway lead on Trombley. Sidney Prince 3rd. A little further back in the field, we have another 3-wide battle. Brett Jaycox looks like he's backsliding a little bit. As the 91 of Dan Hennessy gets to the bottom, and Dustin Purdy looks to the top side of him. Coming out of turn 4 is quite the congestion right now in the backside of the field. Meanwhile, up front, Radevoy, and we have trouble up in turn number 1. Looks like the
turn 1. Let's slow it down. Red, try to stay away from
looks like the 112 again of Mike Van Pelt.
But red.
Montgomery, New York's Mike Van Pelt.
1 hour.
Got up and over up in turn number 1. He was trying to get pit side the way it sounds.
Driver okay?
They're checking on the driver right now. We'll
Driver's
keep you
okay.
updated. Driver's okay. Trying to get out of his car.
It's Mike Van Pelt.
Mike Van Pelt, the number 112 car out of Montgomery, New York. As Radevoy brings the field down through turn 3 and 4 into the restart box, head starter Gary Folks gives him the signal. We are back underway. Here we go. Kyle Smith making another big move up to 3rd, takes on Sidney Prince, and he has full ownership of the 3rd position right now as he sets his sights on Jeff Trombley in 3rd. Looking a little further back, it looks like Eddie Strada's beginning to make a move now. Looking to the outside of the 25 car, Jeff Quackenbush. Strada to the outside. He's got Dalton Herrick in front of him, but Strada is almost able to make the pass. Not quite. He jumps back to the bottom and the bottom side as they're 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Strada is still working on Herrick. Meanwhile, out front, Thomas Radevoy, Jeff Trombley, Kyle Smith gets a little sideways. He gathers it back up. 4th, Sidney Prince, but she's got Dalton Herrick hot on her heels right now. Herrick looks to the outside of her. He's trying to get a run, but he loses ground a little bit. Meanwhile, out front, Thomas Radevoy with the lead. Jeff Trombley, though, is right there, not letting him get away. Trombley starting to reel in Radevoy a little bit. Let's see if lap traffic becomes a factor here, folks, as Radevoy begins to hit the back markers in the number 41 car. We have a yellow. Looks like Andy Dury in the 32D out of Saratoga. Andy Dury turned around in turn 2. As head starter Gary Folk points at Thomas Radevoy, heading into that restart box. So we're about to go back underway. Off in the 1, hitting a bump really big was Kyle Smith as he goes around in front of everybody.
Yellow, stay high in turn 2.
As the field does an excellent job getting by Kyle Smith, crossed up there in turn 2. A little bit of a rut down there in 1 and 2. Seems to be the biggest problem on the restarts is that rut. After that, they seem to go a little higher. Radevoy brings him down into turn 4 to the outside of the restart box. Trombley looks a little bit to the bottom, right? Let him know he's there. Back underway. Dalton Herrick, the one with the big move now. In the 29 car, up to 3rd. Move Dalton up to 3rd. Now Eddie Strada's trying to get around the 14 of Sidney Prince. He gets the 4th spot. Here comes Jeff Quackenbush now, looking for racing room on Sidney Prince. Meanwhile, up front, Jeff Trombley is not letting Thomas Radevoy get away. Just as soon as we say that, though, Radevoy brings up a little bit of a stretch lead as the 91 car, Dan Hennessy, pulls off the track into the infield. And we have yellow in turn 3 and 4. Looks like the 83 car, Walton, New York's Dustin Purdy. And the 25W, I believe that is Dana Wagner up there. Can't really see the wing, but it looks like him. As Radovoy brings him down one more time into turn 3 and 4 to the restart box. Up outside against the wall. We're back underway. Thomas Radovoy gets a good restart. Dalton Herrick tries to make a move on Jeff Tromley, but to no avail, and Eddie Strada's take advantage of that. Coming off at turn number 4, Strada gets the 3rd spot. Move Eddie Strada up to 3rd. He is moving fast as he's trying to get the outside line running. Dalton Herrick now backsliding. He was up to 3rd. Now he's caught up in a fight with Billy Van Inwigen. Coming out of turn number 4, it looks like Dalton's going to be able to settle it down. Meanwhile, up front is the same story we've seen good part of the evening. Radovoy with the lead, but Jeff Tromley is not letting him get away. As we have 18 laps in the books, Thomas Radovoy, full command of this race right now at the moment, with a good 6-car length advantage on Jeff Tromley as Tromley gains a little on him coming out of turn number 4 this time. But they cannot afford to let off and one bit. Eddie Strada in the 3rd position from about mid-pack. Strada, the hard charger tonight, from 11th up to 3rd. He is working as hard as he could through there, up to 3rd position right now, as Radovoy begins to
Next time by 5.
pick up the back marker of the 41 car of Rick Stone. As this lap car coming down the first straightaway gets Radovoy crossed up a little bit, but he dispatches of the lap car. Tromley is right there, 5 laps to go from head starter Gary Folk. Going down the back straightaway, coming down to 4 to go. As Eddie Strada is looking on the inside of Tromley now. Letting Radovoy get away a little further. 4 laps to go for Thomas Radovoy as he tries to get through lap traffic. The 410 of Jerry Sen. He has to use the inside this time by. And then the battle is heating up now for the 2nd spot. Eddie Strada looking on the inside. A little bit of Jeff Tromley. He thought twice of it with that lap car in the way. Pushing out of turn 3 and 4, but it looks like Strada had trouble with the lap car of Jerry Sen. We have 2 laps to go from head starter Gary Folk. Down the back straightaway, Thomas Radovoy, clean and green, most of this feature for him. As he receives the white flag from Gary Folk one more time around. This is going to be Thomas Radovoy's race to lose at this point. Jeff Tromley hanging on to 2nd. The hard charger, Eddie Strada, the microsplit stand out in 3rd. Coming out of turn 3 in the country 4 and the country service entry, Thomas Radovoy picks up his 2nd win of 2017. Jeff Tromley 2nd. Eddie Strada 3rd. Looks like Dalton Herrick 4th. Top 5 goes to Jeff Quackenbush, Billy Van Inwigen, and a hot battle for right on back from there. We'll have to see from scoring. It look like between Christian Rumsey, Brett J. Cox, and Sidney Prince.
Ed Kotchersberger will head down trackside to meet Thomas Radovoy in Victory Lane. Then we'll get right into the modified main event, followed by the 4 cylinders, and we will do Victory Lanes for all of the regular divisions. Last call on the 50-50. Thomas Radovoy with the CRSA Sprint Cars in Victory Lane. We'll send it down to Ed Kotchersberger.
Ladies and gentlemen, your second time winner at CRSA Sprint Tour, presented by Super Gem Products with Champion Power Equipment. Thomas Radovoy, take us through that feature.
Well, the track was good. I mean, I understand that not everybody liked it, but you know what? That's what separates the boys from the girls here, isn't it? But I don't know, it was a good run. I couldn't ask for a better run. I didn't want any more cautions.
Who you got to thank tonight?
I got to thank my dad, wherever he is. He's the man behind all the madness. I got to thank Country Service, A-Tour Constructions, Champion Generators. Everybody go get a generator from Champion Generators. They're the best ones out there on the market. You know, I got to thank tour sponsors. Ed Jackson, I know you're up there. I was looking for you earlier. I couldn't find you.
There you have it, folks. Your CRSA Sprint Car Feature Event winner tonight, Thomas Radovoy. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mike Emhoff Motorsports CRSA Tour, appreciate being out here and having us tonight. We'll see you again on June 16th. Thank you very much. Back up to you, Craig.
Working it down at turn number 3 and 4. Kevin Hartnett, the leader, firing first on the outside. Green flag is back out. Off turn number 4, they all negotiated down the front straightaway. 3 wide out front. Momentarily, Pompey took a look-see down to the bottom. 3 wide, middle of the pack. They straighten it out into turn number 3. They're all chasing the stalker, Kevin Hartnett. Joey Colston right there in position number 2 on the back bumper. Gets a great run, but he dives into the corner hard. Colston able to turn the car around. He is banged up, though, in the front end of that one. Joey Colston had a great run going into turn 1, pitched it sideways, lost it a little bit, trying to correct it. Into 3 and 4 we go. Hartnett on the accelerator, green flag is out. Pompey glued to the bottom. Down the front straightaway, they're side by side into turn number 1. Dan Pompey on the bottom, Hartnett on the outside. Colston motors up into the 3rd position. Problems for Joey Gramis around by himself in turn 4. Darwin Green upside down. Red flag going to come out on the speedway. Darwin Green upside down in turn 4. Joey Gramis going to try to back away. Kevin Hartnett, the race leader, he fires between 3 and 4. Green flag is back out. We're racing down the front straightaway. Lap number 4 restart, 26 to go. Hartnett on the outside of the speedway. Pompey down low. Vaughter up the 3rd. Colston 4th. Mady 5th. Side by side for the race lead. Dan Pompey to the inside of Hartnett. Making his way up to the field, Joey Gramis. Out front, side by side. Hartnett and Pompey racing for the race lead, and down into turn number 1 and 2. 6 laps now complete. Hartnett again, motors out front, but Pompey, he'll stick it down on the bottom. He'll glue it down on turn number 4. He will pull alongside again. That time at the line is Hartnett by a bumper, but Pompey not coming off the bottom. Dan Pompey trying to wheel his way up to the front. It's all Kevin Hartnett out front. Off turn number 4, Hartnett with the advantage. Pompey down low. Side by side for 3rd. Vaughter has it. Colston going to motor his way into the number 3 spot. As they ride into turn 3 and 4, Kevin Hartnett out front, showing the way from the drop of the green from the outside pole position. He has been pressured for the last 6 laps by the 11 of Dan Pompey. Battle for 3rd. As Vaughter down to the inside of Colston. Colston gets up on a tire. They straighten it out, go down to the turn 3. Now Colston does a switcheroo. Vaughter with some damage on that right rear. And Dan Vaughter going pit side. Into 3 and 4, the 88 of Hartnett continuing to show the way. The 11 of Pompey looking to the inside one more time. Off of quarter number 2. It continues to be the 88 of Hartnett. Pompey right there in his tire tracks in the number 2 spot. Gets a great run. Off turn number 4. He were dead heat at the line. Pompey up and over the cushion. Now Pompey on the bottom. Hartnett back on the top side. What a battle out front. Pompey gonna one more time stick it down low and Hartnett up high. Side by side, Pompey motors ahead. Here comes Hartnett right back up on the top side. Gonna get a great run up turn number 2. He's gonna pull back ahead. Hartnett takes him down to turn number 3. Pompey right there, second on the bottom. What a race up front as we are one lap shy of halfway. Now Pompey moses back ahead. Hartnett gonna get another good run out turn 2, but Dan Pompey looking to go 2 in a row tonight. Hartnett not done yet. He's gonna put it right back up on the top side where it's been all night long on the top shelf. Dan Pompey looking for 2 in a row here tonight. Pompey clears the 14K of Morden. Now Hartnett gets by. Battle for third. Joey Gramis has clawed his way up into the top 3. This one is not done yet. Joey Gramis with the new right rear shoe has 14 laps to try to get up to the top 2. Problems in turn 3 for the 69 of Bob Trapper. That's the caution that Joey Gramis needed. Right rear tire down on the 69 of Bob Trapper. Green flag is out. We're racing down to turn number 1. Dan Pompey, Kevin Hartnett, Joey Gramis on the move. Gramis goes up to the number 2 spot. Look out, here we go. Joey Gramis going to be racing his way from the back up to the front into turn number 1. Pompey continuing to show the way over Joey Gramis. 17 in. Baker's dozen remain. Why don't we make it a dozen this time by the start-finish line. 12 laps to go for Dan Pompey. Gramis going outside to the rim riding style. But Pompey saving a little. He's got the momentum. He's got the bottom groove. That's where he's been all night long. Gramis on the top side, Pompey on the bottom. In between the south end, it's still Pompey showing the way, the Hartford driver. Continuing to ride it on the bottom side, hub down on the bottom. Gramis using the extreme outside of the racetrack. Pompey glued to the bottom, has that car dialed in. Did it last week on the bottom, looking to do it again this week. But Joey Gramis up to challenge alongside. Pompey shows the way. Gramis on the outside. We've had battle after battle after battle out front all race long. Pompey continuing to show the way. And here comes Gramis one more time. Knock, knock, knocking on that door. Pompey continuing to ride the bottom of the speedway. Gramis gets a good run, but he pushes up the speedway. That allows Pompey to pull away down the backstretch. But Joey Gramis is on a mission. 23 in, 7 to go for Pompey. Gramis, Hartnett, Colston, Weaver, Mady. That is 3 lap cars. Not sure who would be running in that position. Pompey shows the way. Gramis right there as he backed up a little bit, saving for one more good, solid run. Pompey riding the bottom of the speedway all night long, dancing with the girl he brought to the prom. Joey Gramis has come from the back in an unbelievable drive that has got him contending for this one with 5 laps to go. As they ride into turn 3, Gramis again right up alongside. They're going to be almost dead even that time, but by a half a car length, Pompey leads on the turn one. 4 circuits to go. Pompey right in front of Grammas. Grammas going to work it up to the outside. Pompey down in the bottom. Grammas pushes up. Barrel 27 in, 3 to go. The 14K of Morton going to limp it into the pit area. Dan Pompey shows the way. Parallel sticks will be in the sky 2 more times around the speedway for Dan Pompey. Joey Grammas charging, tried everything he's got over the next 2 laps. Hartnett third, fourth Colston, fifth Weaver. In the 3 and 4, the white flag is in the air 1 more time around the speedway for the 11P of Dan Pompey. Looking to go for 2 in a row. Dan Pompey, driver out of Hartford, Pennsylvania. Into 3 and 4, final time. Checkered flag in the air. 2 in a row for Dan Pompey. Joey Grammas is second. Kevin Hartnett third. Mike Colston fourth. Brian the Dream Weaver is fifth. Sixth, unofficially, will be the 77 of Mady. After that, we will leave it up to the scorers. A couple of cars, a couple of laps down. Off turn number 4, green flag in the air. We're racing. Dylan Robinson from the pole starting position fires down to turn number 1. Dylan Robinson sets the pace up the back straightaway. Nick Kennedy right there in the number 3 spot on the back bumper of big brother Frank Kennedy. Dylan Robinson sets the pace up the back straightaway. The 3D of Dylan Robinson continuing to show the way. Problems on the front straightaway. Problems for the Vandermark 107. Told to go to the infield, but did not go. The AK-47 going pit side, and we are yellow on the racetrack. Green flag is out, racing down the front straightaway. Look at the battle out front. Dylan Robinson, Mike Robinson, Nick Kennedy. Up the front straightaway, Robinson, Kennedy, Whitman, Kennedy. Problem for the K2 of Frank Kennedy. Tire down on the Kennedy K2. Off the corner this time, they ride it into turn number 1. Dylan Robinson, Michael Robinson, Nick Kennedy. It's the Robinsons out front showing the way. Problems for the Jeremy Warren 44J. Dylan Robinson, Michael Robinson, Nick Kennedy, Sheldon Whitman, Josh Wilder. Your top 5 running cars, 7 laps in, 1 lap shy of the halfway mark. Sheldon Whitman pit side with the 4MK. Dylan Robinson sets the pace. Michael Robinson right there in the number 2 spot. All over his back bumper. Dylan picked up the win last week. Down the front straightaway they go. It's still the 3D, the R2, the N2, and the 5. They got a battle brewing up front. Dylan and Michael nose to tail. Click down lap number 9 for the Overdrive Automotive. 3D of Dylan Robinson. Michael Robinson second, Nick Kennedy third, Josh Wilder fourth. The 3D of Robinson, 11 down, 4 to go. Michael Robinson tries to make something work down on the bottom. But Dylan Robinson continuing to show the way. Nick Kennedy riding in position number 3. Dylan Robinson out front. Michael Robinson all over the back bumper. So they go down into turn number 3 and 4. Dylan Robinson continuing to show the way. It's been the Robinson show out front all night long. 13 in, 2 to go. White flag in the air. He's looking to do what Mike Shane and Dan Pompey did. That is double up 2 wins in 2 weeks. Dylan Robinson shows the way. White flag. Off turn number 4, last ditch effort. Michael Robinson to the inside of the corner. Side by side of the line. The win goes to Dylan Robinson. Michael Robinson second, Nick Kennedy third. Fourth will be Josh Wilder. Well, 2 in a row. They say in order to win them all, you got to win the first 2, right?
I guess.
Car was hooked up tonight down on your patented bottom line. It didn't matter. You had all kinds of competition alongside. Didn't matter who was outside. You were able to hold this thing down in the bottom.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was one hell of a race to get your heart pumping when you get racing like that. But
how about the people you want to thank that made you get here back to victory lane for the second time in 2 weeks?
just the guys that work on the car. My good buddy Rudy here. He missed last week.
Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you.
Your modified feature winner for the second time in 2 weeks, Dan Pompey. Sharkey's Fuels, Mike Chapman Trucking, M16 for the second time. Back-to-back wins for Mike Shane. Mike, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, title defense already?
Yeah, we're trying for it. You know, week in and week out, we got coming back and running consistent, and we got a bunch of good cars here. And you know, I'm sure we're not gonna. I hope to win them all, but I'm sure we're not gonna win them all. But just being consistent every week pays off at the end.
Car definitely seems to work wherever you put it on the track.
Yeah, you know, my crew, my dad, my mom, and all my family. You know, they week in and week out, we go through the car, and every week we come back, and it runs good.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in 2 weeks as well, the 602 Crate Sportsman feature winner, Mike Shane. Eight seed, tonight's factory stock feature winner, the Thrillbilly Chuck Culbertson. Chuck, congratulations and welcome to Penn Can Speedway Victory Lane.
Yeah, I've had a lot of good runs here, but never won here. But it was fun tonight. I wish we had a few more cars, but had some bad luck. Started off the beginning of the year. Starting to get it dialed in now. Want to dedicate this win in the memory of Tara, a good friend of all my friends. I didn't know her that good, but I know that all the Fox family that helps me out, and the Pettises, and my girlfriend Carrie. and they were real close to her, so we want to dedicate this one to her. And thank my sponsors, Wall to Wall, Napa and Delhi, New York, and hopefully we'll be back next week, seeing as how we're the points leader.
There you go. Now, Chuck, I watched you start out at Afton quite a few years ago, pick up the championship at 5 Mile Point. What does it mean to park in Penn Can Victory Lane tonight?
Oh, it's cool. I've been, we never come down here on a regular basis, but my car's always been fast down here. Just one thing after another, didn't quite get the victory, but it was fun tonight. It was fun racing Jeremy. I got to thank Josh. We broke a spindle in the, Josh Towner, we broke a spindle in the hot laps, and he went and got spindle for me. We changed it and made the heat, got the redraw, got the pole. History from there.
Congratulations, Chuck.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, picking up his first ever Penn Can Speedway victory win, Chuck Culbertson. Pulling up into victory lane, driving the 08, the Cotman Transmissions. Winner of the North-South 600cc Modified Tour event, John Jasko. John, congratulations. Welcome to Penn Can Victory Lane. That was a heck of a race out there.
Yeah, it was a tough one. The track was a little bumpy, but I think Doug did a good job tonight. He was really fighting in hot laps, but it got a lot better. But clean air definitely helped us. Just staying out front was key for us.
Coming into the North-South shootout tonight, 31 cars. Kind of feel pretty good sitting here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, kind of have a lot of confidence right now. We've won 2 of the 4 races so far and finished 2nd and 5th in the other one. So we're feeling pretty good right now and hoping to carry this confidence on the next race and just keep rolling.
How about the people we want to thank, the guy here in Victory Lane tonight?
Definitely got to thank my brother. He puts countless hours in on this thing. He gives me the best machine on the track, and that's all I can thank him for. Common Transmission, Total Auto Care of Maple Shade, Whalen Performance, and Carburation Development. They help give me really fast race cars too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Winner of the North-South 600cc Modified Tour event, John Jasko. For the second week in a row, the Robinson Racing Chassis 3D, Dylan Robinson back in Victory Lane. Dylan, congratulations.
Thank you.
Car was on a rocket ship out there tonight. Your brother was right there, almost made a heck of a battle drag racing down the front stretch.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with my power steering from last week. I heard him back there about the whole race. I was just trying to hold on.
Going to be a lot of people we want to thank the guy you guys here in Victory Lane tonight.
I got to thank Overdrive Automotive, Lechner Service, Kennedy's Diner, Witt's Barber Shop, and everyone that helps out.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in 2 weeks, Dylan Robinson is your 4-cylinder feature winner.